To that stunning weekend admission of Iran's saying, yes, it did shoot down the passenger jet in error. There are new protests against the regime. Social media posts showing a third day of demonstrations following a weekend of reports from Western media that thousands of people were in the streets of Tehran. The New York Times reporter sharing this video says the crowd is chanting, "We don't want missiles, we don't want bombs, we don't want corrupt officials." Now, these are images from Sunday. Video, this one and others like it, are being shared by journalists both inside and outside Iran. Many Iranians, 82 among the 176 people who died. Protesters are voicing anger that the regime took days to admit Iranian forces shot down the passenger jet. And in speaking of anger, we are hearing now from a prominent Canadian businessman who is also voicing anger and slamming the United States government after the downing of Flight 752. It is the CEO of Maple Leaf Foods, Michael McCain, criticizing what he calls irresponsible actions and going much further than that. Let's bring in Michael Serapio, who has the message and the reason behind sending it out. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Heather. And we have to say, much as you saw the video that on social media, these posts are coming to us from Michael McCain on Twitter, not his own personal Twitter account, but that of Maple Leaf Foods, one of this country's biggest companies. And when it comes to the timing of why he's now voicing his anger, well, he says he is livid. He is livid because while days have passed since Flight 752 was brought down, that time has really not helped him dissipate any of the anger that he's feeling, in particular because on that plane was, yes, 57 Canadians, but among those was also the wife and child of a Maple Leaf Foods employee, someone Michael McCain describes as a colleague. And while Canadian officials have tap danced around the issue, Michael McCain certainly drawing a direct line between the downing of the plane and the actions of the Trump administration. In fact, he says the assassination of Qasem Soleimani by the Trump administration was an ill-conceived plan to divert focus from political woes, presumably a reference to Trump's impeachment. And while conceding Iran is a dangerous state, McCain said the world had at least contained Iran, that is, until Donald Trump. Take a look at a couple of his tweets that was a part of the chain last night. He says, a narcissist in Washington tears world accomplishments apart, destabilizes region. U.S. now unwelcomed everywhere in the area, including Iraq. Tensions escalated to feverish pitch. Taking out despicable military leader or terrorists, there are 100 like him standing next in line. The collateral damage of this irresponsible, dangerous, ill-conceived behavior. Canadians needlessly lost their lives in the crossfire, including the family of one of my Maple Leaf Food employees. We are in mourning, he says. And again, you'll notice that he ends this with Michael McCain. He begins his tweet series with Michael McCain, perhaps distinguishing himself, Heather, from the actual company of Maple Leaf Foods. In fact, when we reached out to corporate communications, they said that they want these tweets to stand on their own. But they also pointed out that Michael McCain felt strongly enough that the actions of the United States warranted this commentary.